Ejura is the capital of Ejura municipality of the Ashanti region. The cosmopolitan community is the hub of maize and yam production in the region. A buzzing town with huge economic prospects also has a volatile environment.
First, na ni enim Ejura na Ejura ye kuru a asundue ne watimi waka me bi anim. Se say de tene ye tro din a ya buru nipa na moja agu asase so. Ye koto aba ye buru nipa na moja agu asase so.
The mechia ubia ye munipa e friend kaka. And the ankasano amanfo di friend me anase. You know, I will say friend me macho no. Macho no e macho mbaki ase kire ni se anu macho. Nipa aibia uhunu anipa kete. And so I say the anu kwa na ekun dia metumi kumbi.
On Saturday, June 26, 2021, a resident of Ejura and social activist Ibrahim Muhammad, popularly known as Kaka, was attacked in his home. His attackers clubbed him. This was around 1 a.m. The severity of his injuries required an advanced care. He was referred to the Komfanochi Teaching Hospital in Kumasi from the Ejura Government Hospital. Unfortunately, Kaka couldn't survive and was pronounced dead at around 12:30 p.m. Monday, June 28, whilst receiving treatment at Kath.
Minimum peninfo bi mfoni bi wo ho a omunnim se BBC ekoso omunnim ntina ya na me so mi twa me pese omuhu ana omanya hwe ho ana ehu se omunnim penifo ni nyina na ya dokro tio no eyama ebu fa yi ka kwan no so awu ka kwan so sensi obu fa so anye dan ase ya na beye nti ama ase no aha na tutu awu ase tutu aso e kuro mfimfi ba
media mehu se among people na omutaka se na fix the country no omi NPP for no make NPP didi a me emo mumu no a didi Ghana for so ema wo na bidan kwa akufo ado e wo ma wo no e me Ghana for se na fix the country.
Kake's activism was problematic to some people.
Agam kana bata mu na party ko be mun gaji.
Mu dia o ye ni nyina ya konkwansa o le na o ye na nya bi.
Ena mu dia mu ye na
ya right. No me true jai o sai.
Me o ya me nya pipi ni a. Me Ghana ni.
A life sniffed out. The repercussion was going to be dire, as many have linked his death to his activism.
Menu wa fumu enti se de me kan se the police for acho omon bombodi na omon pe bebe anoko no wo na omon nipa no endi because se omon anya sa emabunu no mgantie no miso se aya ombe wuekuom aya basabasa.
The youth of Ejura would soon hit the streets. The known volatile environment is activated. Irate youth block roads and bend car tires to register their displeasure over the gruesome murder of their friend on Monday, June 28, around 5 p.m.
If you touch one of us, you touch all of us.
Calm was later restored following the intervention of the Ejura Traditional Council and the police.
Just want justice for our brother who died. But out of that, we are escalating things and it is turning into a horrific thing. So I will tell them to calm down.
Upon police intelligence, 2 persons were arrested in connection with the murder of Kaka that night.
The regional command has arrested 2 suspects in the attack and murder of Ibrahim Mohammed alias Kaka, age 45 and resident of Dagoba Line, a suburb of Ejura in the Ashanti region.
On Tuesday, June 29, Kaka's body was ready for burial according to Islamic rites. Friends and sympathizers joined the family to the cemetery to bid Kaka farewell. The police was also at the cemetery to maintain law and order in an environment that is highly unpredictable. Everything started peacefully until after the burial, when some of the angry youths started pelting stones at the police FPU van and also burnt car tires on the main streets of Ejura. They also vandalized the Forestry Commission office and other wooden structures in the community. The military were called in to assist the police manage the angry protesters, but that turned bloody when the armed soldiers started firing into the crowd. Six persons sustained gunshot injuries. They were rushed to the Ejura Government Hospital for treatment. Unfortunately, 2, including 25-year-old Murtala Muhammad Suraj and 26-year-old Abdul Nasir Yusuf, could not survive.
One was shot at the back into the chest. The other one was shot at the left hand side of the chest, right from the joint of the shoulder into the chest. So they died instantly. 4 of them are responding to treatment.
Friends and families of the deceased stormed the hospital and demanded the immediate release of the bodies for burial.
It's very painful, yeah. And now you play game as party A and party B. It's very painful. They have to be a good one.
The only thing we want is justice, and we know justice cannot be done in Ghana. Ahmad Swale was shot down in Accra, no justice. A military man who was fighting to protect our water in, Galamsey was killed. Nothing is done. A policeman escorting money was killed. Nothing is done. It's not this one that something can happen. So all what we know is that we have lost somebody. After the burial, what we have to do is within us.
Armed police and military took over the Ejura township after the shooting incident to prevent further disturbances. Roads leading to the police station and residence of the municipal chief executive for Ejura were blocked and manned by armed police military officers. Business activities came to a halt in the area. At 4 p.m. that same day, the deceased, Murtala and Abdul Nasiru, were both offered Islamic prayers and buried.
Efunu bakuna omodeni ko etibinu ni nidi ozo ko to ediani edi omampeni mumfa no krantu bebi ewo justice eni here mumye hu sagana emre ye ejuma enya baako enya mienu enya miensa sese mi busami ame ho se who is next.
I would like to call on the National Security Minister, the Minister for Defense and the Minister for Interior to know how they make their deployments, because these are various security institutions. The army has its role. Its role is to protect us for external aggression. internal matters are for the police. So they should know the kind of deployment that they make. Otherwise, we'll end up killing innocent souls.
After receiving backlash from the public on the deployment of the military, the police attempted an explanation.
The military was invited to come and support the police to patrol the community yesterday so that the community will be safer and no criminal incidents are recorded.
ASP Gordian Nyayo told the media full-scale investigation has been launched to unravel the circumstances that led to the shooting and killing of the two persons.
The command has commenced investigations to establish the circumstances surrounding the clashes leading to the death of 2 and injury of 4 other persons.
Medical Superintendent of Ejura Government Hospital, Dr. Mensa Manye, said autopsy could not be conducted on the 2 bodies before releasing them to the family following the charged atmosphere at that moment.
Autopsy ought to be done, but you saw the agitation from the relatives demanding their corpse to go and bury. I called the crime officer, the commander, but they could also not come here. They said they can't, looking at what has happened. Will I restrain them from picking? No, I have to release it quickly.
To find a lasting peace in the area, the police had series of engagements with the Ejura Traditional Council, the Muslim leadership, and the youth leaders of the community.
We told them that our presence here is not to brutalize them, but we are here to protect them. We are only asking for their cooperation so that nobody will touch anybody.
Mr. Onyakupo said yes, Ejura no enkosi obibia so. Obiama ne kuma no emba from na asumdwe na emba Ejura man ena Ghana man nyina.
A delegation from the opposition National Democratic Congress who were in Ejura to commiserate with the bereaved families described as barbaric the shooting and killing of 2 innocent unarmed protesters. Sami Jemfi is the communication officer of the party.
As a political party, we are completely appalled and disgusted at what happened in the Ejura a few days ago. The state-sponsored killing of innocent young men of this town by the military is not only reprehensible and condemnable, but it is barbaric, it is evil, and it is an issue that has totally eroded the confidence that many citizens have in our security agencies. We condemn it in no uncertain terms, and we are here demanding for justice.
That's right.
Justice to appease the souls of those who have been murdered and their families.
That's right.
Justice to appease the souls and the families of those who have been injured.
On Thursday, June 1, the Minister of Interior, Ambrose Derry, and the Ashanti Regional Security Council also visited Ejura to commiserate with bereaved families. A 3-member committee constituted by the Interior Minister on the orders of President Akufo-Addo was announced.
The 3-man committee consists of Justice George Kingsley Kumsin, Justice of the Court of Appeal as chairman, Dr. Vladimir Anchidanso, a security expert, member, MS Juliet Amwa, Executive Director of Pen Plus Bites, which is a civil society organization of this country. They form the 3-member committee, and the Secretary comes to the Office of the Attorney General. She is MS Maria Louise Simmons, Principal State Attorney, to be the secretary.
Findings and recommendations of the committee was to be submitted to the president by July 9. Members of the committee, led by the chairman, Justice George Kingsley Kumsi, assured families that they would discharge their mandate diligently and come out with appropriate recommendations.
Depending upon the nature of evidence that we will receive, we will interrogate it and make the appropriate recommendation. We want the people of Ghana to have confidence in us, and we want to assure them that we will stand by the truth.
On Friday, July 2, Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Baumia and the National Chief Imam, Sheikh Usman Nuh Sharubutu, also went to the houses of the deceased to commiserate with the families. Dr. Baumia assured the families of government resolve to establish the truth that led to the untimely death of the three. The National Chief Imam prayed for the departed souls. Speaking on behalf of the Chief Imam, Sheikh Armiyau Shaibu called for calm and tasked the three-member committee to execute its work without fear or favor.
The Chief Imam is happy that a committee had been set to investigate, to unravel the whole background to the issue, and the truth in it must come out, and then also, more importantly, to do justice where justice is needed. They must be guided by principles in which we can all guarantee our rights and protection.
Chief of Ejura, Beremo Shidie II, also commended government for the timely intervention to unravel circumstances that led to the shooting and killing of two persons, an effort to bring lasting peace in the area.
Yadagana ban asibebre. Eye committee a nipa miensa wada omadi enu interior minister beda omadi wa ha. Se omumra no medo asem asi wadwira hanu mu suko. Eye yandehye ye nua abrante a efre ne kaka. Ekwan a ofa so a oguye. Panyifo himla medomo suko no mo hwehwem. Ama adwiraman yakoma atoye ye. Ewarehemu enim se enche ne kuro bia wasem no ebepia. On
Tuesday, July 6, the Ashanti Regional Minister, who doubles as the head of security for the region, Simon Osei Mensah, appeared before the three-member committee as the first witness. He justified the deployment of military to Ejura.
When I heard the intelligence on 29 June 2021, I requested Lieutenant Colonel Kepra to again send some personnel to go and support the police. I took this decision in line with the Security and Intelligence Agencies Act, Act 1030, and specifically Section 5 that establishes Regional Security Council.
For us to see civilians firing from the crowd, I think the commander at that stage then had to use minimum force.
The military high command told the committee, but for its intervention, more casualties would have been recorded.
We believe and strongly believe that there would have been more deaths if we actually wanted to use proper force or fire indiscriminately. More would have died.
The evidence I shall give shall be the truth.
The police took a stand.
Tear gas, rioting equipment should have been sent to Ejura. But personally, I think because of the assumption that the presence of the military will send the people away, you decided to just ignore all other options.
My Lord, it was a mistaken assumption that we took, and unfortunately, it didn't work the way we had anticipated.
The Ejura Traditional Council also justified the deployment of the military to the area.
Ejura, over the years, I've experienced a lot of such demonstrations where I was not sitting. I mean, not the way where we had the casualty. And invariably, they always had to get the military to intervene and cool down things over there. So I believe getting them in was a good thing. Sadly, it led to casualties. What do Nanami think should be done, particularly for Ejura specifically, and for the nation at large, so that we don't see these things in the numbers that we are seeing? We think, one, we need to strengthen the hands of the police in Ejura. We need to resolve them. Two, as you get more and more senior officers on the ground, there are certain things that will be done better.
Municipal Chief Executive for Ejura, Sally Subamba, described attempts to link him to the death of Kaka as politically motivated.
You know, if you were present at Ejura, things might have changed.
When the incident happened, I was the first person that they were trying to link the suspect to. I believe it's because of the politics of it. That is why people want to link me to it.
Were the two people that were arrested, are they your bodyguards?
Not at all.
Some witnesses who appeared before the committee testified in camera for security purposes.
So we will rise and go to the office and take the evidence of that witness in camera.
Family of the murdered social activist Ibrahim Kaka declined an invitation to appear before the committee.
We are of the view that the commission is not to find out the circumstances leading to the death of our brother, who is Kaka Ibrahim Mohammed. The commission's work is to find out the circumstances leading to the shooting, the unfortunate shooting of our brothers, the youth, and the unarmed civilians of Ejura. So we are of the view that if we appear before the commission, what are we going to give testimony to? What we did not see, because the family were at their funeral ground when that incident happened. So what is the family going to say about the shootings? So our emphasis is that we are not appearing because we don't want to go there to testify what we have not seen.
After being persuaded by leadership of the Ejura community, Kaka's family rescinded its decision and appeared before the committee. Saada Tuhudu is the wife of the late Kaka.
What do you want the committee to do in this respect for you, and what do we want? Do you want us to rise so that it doesn't happen again?
I think that is so neighbor. See me, see the and then they kill.
All that I'm seeking is that you conduct your investigations well.
When they catch a midina, I think that is so.
Find out the one who caused my husband's death.
In all, we called 22 witnesses, out of which 3 of them testified in camera for security reasons. 19 appeared in public. We have so far received audio evidence, only 1. Video footages tendered 117. Pictures in soft copy 555. Documentary evidence 8. Written statement 2. Then we have 2 physical evidence in the nature of spent cartridges. What is left for us to do is to go through the evidence received and write our report and recommendation to the Minister of Interior.
The general expectation is that government will be bold to implement recommendations by the three-member committee when the findings are presented and not be shelved like other recommendations. The three persons who have been arrested in connection with the murder of Kaka have been charged with conspiracy to commit crime and murder. The suspects, Isaka Ibrahim Anyas, Hussein Al-Hassan, and Idi Muhammad, appeared before the Asukwa District Court on Friday, June 2, and have since been remanded in police custody to reappear on July 22, 2021. Although calm has now returned, one thing remains clear. Ejura, a town bruised and shocked by these events, will never be the same again, except when justice being demanded is served. Ibrahim Abubakar, TV3, Ejura Seche Dumase, Ashanti region.